So what do you do when your philodendron starts looking kind of ugly? I'm going to show you here today. My name's Tiffany with Buckwater Greenhouse. So this is a philodendron Birkin, and they're known for their white striping in their leaves. It's typically more prevalent when it's a brand new leaf like this one here. And then as it ages, it becomes more green and darkens. So what I'm going to do, this is actually 3 plants in one here, but I like how bushy it looks by having 3 plants together. So I'm going to be cutting it. And this may make some of you guys out there upset, and it's okay. We're going to learn how to restart it by trimming. So I have my pruning shears handy. I'm going to just cut it. And this is what I'm left with. I'm going to cut all 3 of them. And ta-da! Okay. Now, this I will send to the compost. Probably not anything will come out of it, but occasionally you might see some side growth come at the base of that, but I'm not worried about it. So with this type of philodendron, if you look closely at it, I can take off all of these bottom leaves, and it exposes what you can already see it's trying to do is some root nodes that will come out. So because it's kind of just grown all different directions, I want it to look more straight and full. So I'm going to take off these lower leaves. I don't need them. It's actually better if it doesn't have to try to support all this extra growth without having a good root system in place, because I just cut it all off. So I'm trying to get all of you can kind of rub it with your hand back and forth if you want. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going a little farther. Yeah, I think I'll stop there. That stops there. I'll stop there. Now I have a pretty deep pot. You can see there was one little remaining root that had grown out earlier. So I'm going to leave him, and I have a pretty deep pot anyway. So I'm going to give all of these spots potential to grow roots, and it fits down in there. So I got piece number 1 prepped, and I'm going to do the same thing with the other ones. Make sure that it fits. Yeah, he's pushing it. So I'm going to cut more of this off. Yeah, a little more. There we go. That one fits. And I have my 3rd section. Wait, he's just really growing a different direction. Okay, this guy's really messed up. Okay, I want to be able to put the stem down this way, but you can see he's growing so far the opposite direction. And I don't really want to make it bend. Like, it could still straighten itself back out, but it'll have a bend in the stem. So I'm going to try to plant him at an angle, and even instead of sticking the stem straight down, I'm going to try to plant it this way. So it's going to be more towards the surface. But the nice part, that was the hardest part of this whole process. You just fill up your pot with good potting soil. This is Gardener's Gold, which has some perlite in it, vermiculite, some peat, and then also some bark chunks, which philodendron tend to like. And you just push them down in. Still taking more off. And here I'm looking more at what looks nice visually for all three of these to be together. If they weren't already formed a certain way, I would have just done 3 in a triangle. But I'm trying to make room for this unruly guy here, who's going to be a pain, I can tell. We're going to make it work. There, I kind of put him in sideways, so the stem is sitting like this. All right, and that is it. He's repotted, and I am going to lightly water this, probably no more than once a week. Maybe stretch it out to 2 weeks if I water it too much, because until it has roots, it's not going to like being wet all the time. So I'm going to get the soil slightly moist and check on it once a week. And it's going to take probably a good 4 to 8 weeks to get some new roots on this. But a bright light, these don't like to be right in a window. So note that. It kind of likes to be back a bit. Maybe like 8 feet or more back from a window. So it's a little more indirect light. And yeah, I'll start fertilizing it probably coming out of winter here. So that is how to trim up and restart a Birkin philodendron.